Hey everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about some items that I no longer buy to help reduce the amount of clutter that I bring into my home and also to save a little bit of money. Some of these are going to be broader categories and other things are going to be quite specific. And one of the first things I no longer buy is endless amounts of backstock. A lot of times I would buy products because I knew I was going to use it, or at least thought I was going to use it, and I would have just tons and tons of backstock of an item, which A, takes up a lot of space, and B, you might actually change your mind when you get to using that backstock and you don't want it anymore. Another thing I no longer do is buy things just because they're on sale. You know how you would save a lot more money is to not purchase the item in the first place. Sometimes the backstock would be connected with that. I would get it because it was on sale, again, thinking it would be a great backstock item and I should stock up on it while it's on sale. I do not do that anymore. And then the next thing I no longer purchase is items that are on a spend to save type basis. So that relates to items that are on sale, but sometimes, especially let's say on my Target app, I love shopping at Target, but a lot of times they'll have deals where if you spend $100 four times over the next month, then you save $15. Or if you spend, I don't know, $50 on baby items, then you get a $10 gift card back. A lot of times they're really trying to get you to get to that next dollar threshold or spend more money, and you feel like you're saving money, but in fact, you're purchasing things or pushing yourself to purchase a little bit more than you would have if you didn't have that incentive. The same thing applies for trying to purchase items to get to a free shipping threshold. I have been stuck in that position a lot of times where I want to spend more money just to get free shipping, and then I have to kind of do the calculation in my head. Well, yes, I may get free shipping, but I'm spending, $30 more on something that I don't actually need or wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So maybe it's better to spend the $10 on shipping and save myself that $20 difference rather than spending more money just to feel like you're saving more. I personally don't purchase purses anymore. It could be this stage of life that I'm in as a young mom. I take a diaper bag pretty much everywhere, but even when I don't have my kids with me, I find myself just grabbing my phone and my keys and carrying them. Or I have like a little fanny pack thing that's very casual and a couple of nice purses for if I'm going to a wedding or something like that. But I don't really use purses on a daily basis, so I don't buy them anymore. I've also stopped purchasing perfume. First of all, perfume lasts forever. And second of all, I've also stopped using perfumes. I just find that perfumes can be so off-putting in a lot of different circumstances. Everyone has very different scent preferences. And I've just found that I don't really want the chemicals and all of the different scents. Again, especially having young babies during pregnancy, I've avoided perfumes. And then when I have a newborn, I don't want them cuddled up in a perfume. So with those stages, I've just stopped using it, and you can't really beat the scent of just a clean shower and being clean. Another thing I've stopped purchasing, and this one was kind of weird that I thought about it, but it's shaving cream. I just lather up some regular body soap and shave that way and haven't had any issues. Let's talk about impulse buys. I no longer do the impulse purchase anymore, and that's taken a lot of diligence to not do that. I put things in my cart or in my save for later when I'm shopping online and let them sit there and marinate, make sure it's something that I really need, make sure I'm getting the best price, purchasing it from the best place that maybe has a great return policy if it doesn't work out for me. But I don't just go somewhere, see something great, especially if it's something expensive, and just pull the trigger and purchase it right away. I also don't purchase trendy items, whether that's trendy home decor or especially trendy clothing. First of all, I've just found that I don't necessarily jive with what is trendy at the moment. Really, when it comes to clothing, I look at what's trendy and it does not appeal to me. So for that reason alone, I probably shouldn't buy trendy clothing, but the trends change so often. So again, whether you're talking about home decor or clothing or some other category, whatever the trendy item is just going to change in a few months, and you're going to be left behind feeling like you have to catch up and buy the next trendy thing, and you're spending more money and constantly bringing more clutter into your house. I don't buy a ton of cleaning supplies that are specific for each and every purpose. Now, if you follow me here on YouTube or on Instagram, you probably know that I do a lot of cleaning and organizing and that type of stuff. So I do get some cleaning products sent to me, so that makes it so I don't have to buy as many cleaning products. But as somebody who does this and spends lots of time talking about cleaning and cleaning products, I can tell you that you do not need a specific cleaner for absolutely everything in your home. And I might want to actually do a video on the cleaning products that you don't need, or maybe just the few cleaning products you do need to clean your house. So let me know if you're interested in that. Bulk items that you can't finish. I am the biggest Costco fan out there. I'm sure there's plenty of other big Costco fans out there, but I love warehouse stores like that, Costco, Sam's Club, and purchasing items in bulk because I think you can save a lot of money that way. But the way you're gonna add clutter and waste money is purchasing bulk items that you can't finish or can't finish before they expire. So you really need to have an eye for what you can use up and you have storage space for, which leads me into the next thing is I don't buy things that I don't have space to store or I don't know where I'm going to store them in my home. So if I'm in the store, I'm thinking about purchasing something, if I can't figure out where it's going to fit in my home, it's not coming home with me. I don't buy fabric softener anymore or dryer sheets. I have moved away from those things. I feel like I don't need them in my laundry routine. I have a good laundry detergent that I like, and I use dryer balls to dry my laundry. They help fluff things nicely, and just haven't had a use for fabric softener or dryer sheets. I also do not buy baby specific laundry detergent. I don't really understand the purpose of baby laundry detergent. I feel like the whole point is to have something that's good for their sensitive skin, their sensitive noses, their sensitive everything. And if you've noticed, a lot of baby detergents are actually highly perfumed, which doesn't quite make sense. And then the other thing is if you get a baby detergent that is fragrance free, that sounds great. But if you haven't switched your whole family over to a fragrance free, it's kind of like what I was talking about with the perfume. You have your baby snuggled up into your chest, into your clothing. So it's almost like that clothing makes more of a difference. So I just use a laundry detergent that I'm comfortable with the entire family using and don't buy something specific for baby. I don't buy sets or kits if I don't know that I'm going to use up everything in the set and the kit. So let's say you buy a set of, I don't know, a multi-surface spray, a dish soap, and a hand soap, but you know that you're not going to use the hand soap. Don't purchase it as a set. Just buy the things that you need. Or maybe there's a pack of bras or something on Amazon and you get 4 bras, a pink one, a white one, a nude one, and a black one, and you know you're never gonna wear the black one. Don't get it just because it's part of a set. Purchase the items individually just to get the things that you are actually going to use. Subscription boxes are another thing that I don't spend my money on. Subscription boxes are similar to sets in the sense that you're going to probably end up with things that you don't use. A lot of them can be a great bang for your buck and you can get a really high value for the amount that you're spending on these subscription services, but you're going to end up with things that are just bringing clutter into your home. So if you don't have that diligence to get rid of those items, and that doesn't feel good either, just bringing something into your house just to immediately get rid of it. So if I do subscription services, I'm very, very picky about them and make sure that they're items I'm going to use up. I do some food subscription services, like a snack subscription service, and I will actually leave that below. This is not sponsored by them, but food I know that I'm going to eat and use up, and there's multiple people in our family that all have different taste preferences. So every time we've gotten a subscription, we've eaten everything in there. Aspirational items. I do not purchase items hoping that one day I'm going to fit into it. So aspirational a lot of times is clothing, but it can also be other things in your lifestyle, hoping that, you know, one day you're going to pick up a certain hobby. Don't buy those things until you've gotten to the point that necessitates that purchase. And I think that kind of relates to, I don't purchase things too far in advance. So I like to buy things when I need it in the moment. This really feels like a common thread when I talked about the bulk items, buying them too far in advance, but sometimes I've bought birthday gifts or holiday gifts too far in advance, and then when it rolls up to that birthday or holiday, maybe it's something for my kids and they're no longer interested in that item, and when I bought it I thought they'd be really interested in it, or I thought it was going to fit them when it came around time to give them that gift, and it just doesn't. So buying something too far in advance is never a good idea. And speaking on kids items, because I do have 2 young kids, I've learned a few things in that category as well. I don't like buying too many personalized kids items because we have multiple kids and it's possible we'll have more. I love taking advantage of hand-me-downs and sharing everything as a family. So when you have too many personalized items, that really makes it quite difficult to pass things down. For kids, I've also stopped purchasing cheap toys. That can be those impulse purchases at places like the Dollar Spot or Dollar Tree or anything like that, but toys that I just know won't stand the test of time. I almost think about it when I think about my parents and my in-laws and the toys that they saved. I keep thinking to myself sometimes with some of the toys they saved, why would they have saved this item? Or I think about the toys that we have. Would this be able to be something that I could keep for the next generation? When my kids have kids, is this something that I could still have when those kids roll around? And it's almost like if the answer to that question is no, then it's not a toy that I want in my house to start with. I do not purchase water bottles. I don't understand the purpose of purchasing single-use water bottles. Yes, there's maybe a one-off scenario here and there where you might need one and you can't bring your own reusable water bottle, but we have our own reusable water bottles and that seems to be good enough. I also don't buy lots of extra sets of linens, whether they be bed sheets or towels. I mostly just strip our bed and wash our sheets when they need to be washed and put the same sheets back on. I do like to have an extra set of sheets for the kids because the kids, if they need to go to bed or they need to take a nap or something and there was some sort of an accident, there's spit up or whatever it is, and you need to change those sheets quickly, I totally get that. But for our bed, it's almost like if we need to change it because something happens, then we can probably wait the amount of time it takes to wash and dry it. And I've really never had an issue with that. And then when the sheets are bad or I want to replace them, then I can just replace them. Craft supplies are a big Achilles heel for me. I have tried so hard to stop purchasing just tons and tons of craft supplies, especially craft supplies that are very specific to certain crafts and they can't be used for multiple different things. I don't run a craft store here, though I'm very crafty and enjoy doing crafts. I don't need to have absolutely every tool out there or tools that are really specific for only certain things. And that brings me to I don't purchase single purpose items or try not to purchase single purpose items. And if they can only be used for one thing, then I really try and take a critical look and think, you know, if I need to do whatever task it is, do I have to have this item for it? Or is there something else that I can use for multiple things? And there's a couple of exceptions here. And I know I'm speaking in really broad terms, but it could be kitchen gadgets. So many kitchen gadgets I feel like could be replaced with a knife, like an avocado slicer. Just use a knife. There is a grape cutter. Again, you could just use a knife, but that is one that I make an exception for because of young kids and how many grapes that I have to quarter. It is so much easier to use the little grape cutter where you just push the button. These gadgets, if it's not going to be something you're using multiple times a week and you could just use a knife instead, I'm going to go for the knife and save my kitchen drawers a little bit of space and save a little bit of money. Those are all of the things that I no longer don't purchase, so I can save money and reduce the clutter in my home. I think it all just kind of comes down to critically thinking, taking a little bit of a pause, and really doing that cost-benefit analysis and thinking about bringing those items into your home before you do it. If you want to see a part 2, I could probably do a whole lot more. Let me know. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, but until next time, I will see you all later.